Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick and today guys we're talking about an Ethereum flip. As I get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Now if you have not yet joined us in Discord, the link is in the description down below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. And if you are looking for a little bit more from the crypto space, then why not check out the Patreon services as well in the description below. We offer a lot more for our Patreon members via the Discord server, everything from AMAs twice weekly, project reviews, bit of trading, and a whole host of additional benefits. So why not check that out if that sounds of interest to you. Okay guys, let's get into an Ethereum flip. This is something I'm still surprised about is even getting spoken about still, but let's go ahead and jump on into it. Okay, so we had this article and it caught my attention because obviously, Ethereum is preparing to flip Bitcoin soon. ETH 2.0 and macro stats are convincing, apparently. So I thought, okay, well, let's go ahead and take a look at these convincing stats and see what's going on. So I haven't read this. I just saw the article and thought, yep, let's hit record and let's do it. So let's check it out, right? So Ethereum recently embarked on one of the biggest upgrades in blockchain history after migrating from proof of work to proof of stake algorithm. Now, sure. I mean, it's a big upgrade to go from proof of work to proof of stake. Cool. Would it be one of the biggest in history? I mean, maybe if an upgrade maybe it is. Maybe it is. I mean, you got to bear in mind that a lot has to happen in the background to kind of go from proof of work to proof of stake. So, sure. Okay, we'll call it the biggest one in history. Why not? But let me know in the comments below if you can think of one that is bigger than this. Be interested to know if anyone can think of any. I can't think of any off the top of my head, so we'll leave it there. Despite the hype surrounding the event and the expected price surge, the asset took a nosedive as low as $1,200. Yes, and we've been through this a dozen times already. We know the structures were there way before the hype of the merge, and they were strong enough to pull the price back down, even despite retail FOMOing in. Essentially, whale wallets and all that kind of stuff that we speak about all the time, of which I can, of course, bring up here. Let's see if I can get this button to work for us. There we go. Okay, so here we can see, for example, that we have basically all the merge happening. We can see the spikes in the wallet addresses and then they completely drop off. And they're still dropping, right? The price is going up and these wallets are coming out. The price is going up and these wallets are coming out. Price up, these wallets are coming down, right? So we can know that it doesn't really matter. The money here from the 100 ETH all the way through to the 10,000 ETH holders, they're not backing it. Okay, so black line or the dark blue line is the price action, the light blue line and the number of wallets. So during the merger, we saw a peak up here in August. The merger happened over here in September. They were definitely in denial about the fact that the price was going down. Obviously, market structure is absolutely everything. Retail speculation, unfortunately, doesn't really play too much of a role. In terms of, thinking that the price is going up because of news. Essentially, market structure is more important. Now, let's take a look at what's going on here. Now, Mike, the lead strategist of Bloomberg Intelligence, does not think that it's too late for a post-merge impact to be felt. That's interesting. Now, obviously, this article is coming out after the recent surge to the upside, which we'll get into that. Why not? But according to him, the execution of the merge during a severe global economic crisis, coupled with its dominant place in the digital financial revolution, is creating a new foundation for the network. Fair enough. Okay, so yes, the economic climate is bad, but the same goes for all other assets as well, including Bitcoin and everything else. Okay, so let's see what he says here. So what stops Ethereum from outshining Bitcoin stocks? Ethereum's successful transition to proof of stake amid the global energy crisis and its dominant position at the epicenter of digitalization of finance and money may be the foundation enduring price appreciation. Yeah, I'm not convinced. Okay, so we're looking for convincing stats. Okay, so at the moment I've got words. Let's see if we can find those stats. So Ethereum is currently trading, at least at the point of this article, 1,562 after surging 5.61% in the last 24 hours. Now, this this is not. Let's do this. This one. Yeah, let's bring this up. Right. This is driven from the DXY. The DXY goes up, cryptocurrency assets go down. When the DXY goes down, then of course your assets go up. So you have your Ethereum price going up because the DXY goes down. Okay, so these things are relating to each other. And of course, what we can do is bring up our actual data rather than words, and we can reflect on, okay, where is the demand? Okay, because in order for price to really truly move in a correct way, you would have to have the demand outpace the supply. And well, here's your inflows and your outflows, and actually everything's being married up pretty nicely. I mean, we can argue that there's a green line has been above the red line for a while here, as in the inflows are smaller than the outflows, but they're really small and minor. They're not massive changes. There's not a huge significant surge in the demand. So actually all you're really witnessing is the DXY come down. And as the DXY comes down, Ethereum has gone up. Okay, so, and the same for Bitcoin. You can see Bitcoin's gone up as the DXY has gone down. Now with the DXY, what do I think is going to happen next? I think the DXY is going to come back down a little bit. And that's going to surge the price up a bit higher on Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then I think we're going to drop back down quite massively on the DXY. Also go back up on the DXY, okay, once we correct down. And we're going to see all those assets also come back down again. Okay, so we're not going to get too excited about these things. There's a lot of things to think about, but for now, yeah, I don't think we're there just yet. So knowing that we've seen the kind of position increase by 5.61% at the point of this article, it isn't really driven from demand. It's just being driven from a DXY positioning. Okay, so again, I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for these convincing stats. At the moment, I've just got words. Let's see what else is going on in here. So I'm not even going to go there. So let's see. Ethereum had global liquidity in excess of 14% during the peak of 2018. Currently, its global liquidity is 5%. Per his analogy, Ethereum is trading at a discount as part of the extended bull market. Okay, so he thinks it in a bull market that's been extended. It also about 4 times the 2020 average, despite 71% down from all-time high. It's a strong indication of how this altcoin operates. Well, sure, okay, we want to go with that. Let's bring up this again, and we'll just again talk about the fact that these wallets are not backing the price, okay? So every time the price has been moving up, and you can argue that this is a really significant surge to the upside, these wallets have been coming out of Ethereum. Here, coming out of Ethereum. Here, coming out of Ethereum. Okay, so there are some buyers, and liquidity has to have a buyer and a seller. Okay, so we've got the sellers, and it just means that it's holders of less than 100 ETH that are accumulating. It's not any of the big money holders, it's just retail investors. And so we should be blissfully aware that actually things might not be quite as they seem from that kind of front. Okay, so let's bring that one back up. There we go. So interesting, right? Yes, liquidity is going to be vitally important. Demand and supply are very important metrics, but I don't think we're anywhere near where it needs to be just yet. So the success of ETH is probably hindered by the rise in concerns among Ethereum's community that it has become more centralized following the upgrade. Correct. It was recently reported that 63% of the Ethereum validators are operating in line with the OFAC. It is believed that the chance of a Bitcoin flip was higher before the upgrade. As of last month, $22.3 billion were staked on Ethereum. Interestingly, about 60% of Ethereum is being held on Lido Finance, Coinbase, Kraken, and Binance. In this case, the centralized platforms have a higher likelihood of getting blocks of transactions to add to the chain. So yeah, for the most part, yeah, there's no... Let's just come back into here. What stats are convincing? There is no stats in here that are convincing. They spoke a little bit about liquidity, but we're not really seeing any of that. So do I think this article supports the idea that Ethereum is going to flip Bitcoin? A big fancy title, but actually there's nothing here to tell me that there's any decent evidence to say the fact that Ethereum is going to flip that of Bitcoin. Now, if we come over to CoinMarketCap, we can see the market cap of Bitcoin is 385 billion. and Ethereum is 183 billion. Now, in order for that gap to close, you'd have to see Ethereum's adoption just absolutely skyrocket. We'd have to see those wallets absolutely pumping like crazy, and you'd have to just see crazy levels of demand, which we aren't seeing. So an Ethereum flip is absolute nonsense to me. Now, a lot of other influencers have already kind of moved on away from that of Ethereum, and actually thinking that maybe Ethereum isn't going to stay in second place for too much longer. And there are other potential projects that are going to be creeping up and taking advantage of that situation. Such a car as Cardano, for example, is getting widely spoken about and is being heavily adopted by institutional players and governmental players as well. We recently saw that Hong Kong had legalized Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano's blockchains, as they've tried to be a crypto hub of the world, right? So it's important that we understand that Ethereum it's one of those. It's a necessary evil, unfortunately. Like, I don't think it's ever going to disappear, and I don't want it to be unsuccessful, but I think they haven't kept up with the times. They are the BlackBerry of the modern day, and essentially they are eventually going to lose top spot, and they're not going to get to first. They're potentially going to slip down into the rankings a little bit lower, and other players are going to take that top spot. And it's going to be unfortunate for those people who truly do believe that Ethereum is the one chosen smart contract platform. Nothing else is ever going to beat it. Yes, first to market, but we got to remember that first to market is not necessarily a good thing, specifically if you cannot keep up with the times. BlackBerry, AOL, these are Yahoo. These are clear examples of first movers who had the advantage but failed to stay up to date. Blockbuster, again, they had the opportunity to buy Netflix, but they didn't, because they didn't see that as the future. And the future caught up with them. Where are they now? Where's Netflix now, right? Think about what the future wants. Do we think that Ethereum solves the future's problems? I'm not convinced. And I don't think that many retail investors will either. So I'm going to leave this video right there. If you have found it useful and informative, hit the like button. I do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And with all that said, done and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.